Just so you know, today is Good Friday. The coronavirus pandemic also has dared to break the records of all that is typically characteristic of Easter celebration. No beaching, no public gatherings, no Easter craze, no Easter conventions as usual, and compounded with power outages, wahala. All these virtually sapping the stem out of this festive occasion. So options are on the table for families to make this Easter a joyous and perhaps a memorable one. Joining me to discuss this is Reverend Amos Kevin Annan. He's convener, singles in 3D summits and creative couples conclave. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Aisha.
So, of
awesome.
course, I don't know how to say, whether I should say Happy Easter Friday, because I'm told that even though it's Good Friday, you can't say Happy Good Friday, because it means that you are happy that Jesus is dead.
Well, I think that it is happy in the sense of the object of the death, which is being commemorated. So we can say Happy Good Friday.
Well, Happy Good Friday.
And I'll say
then.
Happy Good Friday in return to you as well.
So, you are... well, before I even talk about the 3 A's and all that, we've had to come to terms with the new normal. And so we're having to celebrate the death and resurrection of Christ without beaching, the normal conventions, the churches, the family gatherings, all the festivities. We've had to do none of that because COVID is here. But of course, we still have to make an impact of what Easter means and what Easter celebration is all about. How do we do that in this new normal?
Well, I think that first and foremost, thank you for requesting. I think it's important that we separate the essence from the excitement. The essence is what you narrated, which is the death, the burial, the resurrection of Christ Jesus, which is celebrated by persons who adhere to the Christian faith. Now, the excitement has to do with the holidays that come with it and what people do with their time.
Yeah.
Which may include super spreader events.
Okay.
And you will notice that at the back of Christmas, we had a super stressful experience as a country when the COVID spike was experienced.
Okay.
Because there were a lot of family gatherings, there were a lot of outings, and we had tended to over-celebrate these activities. I often say that in Ghana here, when it's holidays, people even get more tired. That's my observation. It shouldn't be that way. Holidays are meant to be times that you can rest and rejuvenate. Unfortunately, it's not so. So the next day, you are so stressed that you are upset going to work.
That's true.
So we need to celebrate it, yes. We need to observe it. But we also must be mindful that this is a new normal.
Okay.
Somebody played a song and said, things are not the same anymore. Last year, we never had this opportunity.
Yeah.
Yet we survived. So this year, if there is an amendment, you can go for your meetings and all that, except the potential super spreader ones, which will be exciting in its expression. Because people there's no holds bar in terms of how they carry themselves and how they conduct themselves. Hence, if you say, let's come to the beach, how are people going to be monitored?
Yep.
We tend to be persons
Definitely
who...
can put on a mask to swim.
They won't. You can't.
Yep.
And even going into the water. I was in Cape Coast, and my wife and I went to a place, and the people were in the pool. COVID and pool.
It's amazing.
They don't go together, and yet the people were there in their numbers. So you can imagine if this is transposed into a beach. How do you regulate that?
Yeah.
It is painful that a lot of businesses are going to lose the opportunity to ride on the back of this experience. But that is what the world has become. Imagine not wearing a mask and being put on an inverter, where you now need a respirator to help you to live.
Yeah, certainly wearing a mask
more expensive.
is better than that.
This is far better. So let's keep to the protocols because of the person next to you, and they also wear it because of you.
Definitely.
So there are new and innovative ways of us interacting. And things that we had run away from previously have now become the essential things. So you go to church or you go to a meeting, family gathering, and you meet your folks. You can connect to them. You can have conversations on the side and do everything observing the protocols. I heard the doctor speaking. You can see they are stressed. These are our own relatives, our friends, our brothers and sisters. And we impose so much stress on them if we renege on our responsibility to comply.
Great. But we're talking about all these activities, and one question keeps running. Are these activities really necessary? How are they linked to Easter and what it means to the Christian?
So that's why I say that, you see, the essence and the excitement are not the same.
Okay.
The essence is actually the commemoration, the observance of the death, the burial, the resurrection of Christ.
Okay.
And it's relevant to the Christian for their new life.
Okay.
Now, the other part is the excitement, which comes with the holidays. So revelers and the others, they only focus on the holidays. Now, those who are into business, they merchandise their products also for the holidays. It is not essentially connected to Easter. But it's almost like they say, offer bring your crackers.
Okay.
Because it's Christmas, you are looking for biscuit, and this is the opportunity to enjoy your biscuit.
Okay.
You know, so we need to grant people if they want to make money out of that.
Okay.
But there ought to be adherence and compliance to the protocols. Because that's a national security issue.
Okay. But ideally, how should Easter look like? I mean, what should the Christian do on Saturday?
All right. Okay. So this is it. There's been Lent season, and it's usually a period of fasting, a period of reflections for many a Christian, especially those in the evangelical bloc. The Pentecostals and Charismatics don't tend to do that.
Okay.
But so if a person has gone through the Lent season where they have actually fasted over that long period of time, and this Friday is Good Friday, because you see, like most of them will be in black, like I am in black. It is, for some, it's dark, but not necessarily dark in melancholy.
Okay.
But dark in assurance that your Savior will be buried, and yet he will not be kept in the grave. So for the Christian, it's an assurance that though you die, you will not be dead forever. You will resurrect, because this body is just a literal tabernacle that will be left here.
Okay.
But your spirit will still live, just like Christ lives. You know, that assurance is crucial for the Christian for your new birth. Then we have the Holy Saturday. The Holy Saturday is the observation that he's in the grave. And so people will sing songs like he's in the grave. Grave-related songs, and a lot of reflections. People are reflecting on the essence of his death to you. So you yourself also. What are some of the things in your life that must die?
Okay.
Some of us have ego, attitudes. We are rancorous. We are people who are keeping rivalries.
Okay.
And so those things need to die.
Must die with
Exactly.
Christ.
Then you have Sunday, which is the Resurrection Sunday.
Okay.
So now new values, new behavior, new attitudes, new choices. You must look at your life and have a newness of life.
Okay. So in essence, you need to actually reflect
A lot.
on Easter
A lot.
during this period.
A lot of solitude, a lot of silence, a lot of pausing, reflection, deep introspection of yourself. Unfortunately, when the excitements take the better of an individual, the reflective part is lost. Meanwhile, that is what I say is the essence. But we sacrifice the essence for the excitement. And those who have the penchant to pursue the excitement, they need to be granted that.
Yeah.
But they also need to be humbly reminded that there is the essence. And those of us who are pursuing the essence, exactly, those of us who are pursuing the essence, on Sunday, it's Resurrection Sunday. So majority will be in white outfits because it's resurrection, it's new birth, new life. You hear a sigh of relief. Oh my, this is it. So it's a new life. It's like a fresh page is being opened for you to start life all over again.
Okay.
So many of us will need to go back and look into our relationships, our work colleagues. What new life are we bringing?
And are we going from Friday to Sunday, come back to work and, still leave?
And go back to the old order.
Old life.
So the old order must change, giving way to the new. That's what the essence encapsulates. But when the excitement takes the lot of a person, we lose the essence.
We lose the essence. But of course, you've been using this opportunity to also deal with one core issue in the Bible, marriage.
Yeah.
You've been helping to, over the years, cement marriages. You've been renewing trust and affection in marriages. And at the end of the day, you give married couples reason to live again. With this, your Creative Couples Conclave.
Yeah.
This year, you are dwelling on what? 3 A's.
3 A's,
Tell me about it.
We have what we call the singles in 3D.
Okay.
Singles in 3D, the 3D basically is singles in dating, singles in dilemma, and singles in decision making.
Okay.
So we bring categories of these to a meeting and have conversations with them on matters relating to them.
Okay.
But then we realize that the persons who are married, who before marriage, they go through a lot of pre-marriage counseling. But when the marriage is consummated, they are left to themselves.
Okay.
And the roots and the rudiments of work and the pressure of what people do, they actually lose touch with each other. So we decided and prayerfully brought this Creative Couples Conclave.
Okay.
And this year we are focusing on 3 things, like you said. First is altruistic tendencies. Altruistic basically is selflessness.
Okay.
So how do we get the couples to understand the place of selflessness in the pursuit of marriage? Then we have adventure. Marriage must lead to discoveries as well. So we are hoping that they will discover themselves again and discover each other and discover the purposes of the union. And the third part is, of course, acceleration. Like the galloping horses, we need to accelerate. We need to make progress.
Why is that important?
It's important because you cannot be static. Human beings are dynamic. We change, we grow. And so there are things that will not be the same. For instance, love before marriage is different from love in marriage. Love before marriage tends to be very spontaneous, a lot of ush-ash, a lot of it's highly sentimental.
Yes.
I call it the ush-ash effect. But when you get into marriage, it has to be intentionally expressed. Otherwise, you never express it.
Okay.
So we bring couples together, and then also they also interact with others. For instance, on the page, we have someone who is married for 31 years.
Okay.
And we have those who have been married for under 1 year. So they come, they exchange notes, they crossbreed ideas, and they say, oh, I've struggled with this. He has done it 31 years, 28 years, 16 years.
Okay.
And they are making progress. They don't have to be perfect. You see, sometimes people have the notion I have to be perfect in order to have a peaceful marriage.
Yeah.
It's an illusion.
Yes.
Because you are a bundle of both strengths and weaknesses.
Definitely.
And anytime your strength finds expression in the marriage, it can either be an incentive or a disincentive.
Yep.
Because you see, your strength can be a liability. Especially when a person is so strong that they think they don't need the other.
Yep.
They become good alone instead of better together.
Yep. Okay.
And when your weaknesses also begin to play out, it becomes offensive to the other party. And it becomes a constant source of irritation.
Yeah.
So both strengths and weaknesses can hurt a relationship.
Yeah.
So we are taking them to Volta Serene.
There must be a balance.
Exactly. We are taking them to Volta Serene in Ho. I mean, when I posted the videos last year too were there, we have actually committed to go there for the next 3 years.
Okay.
So this will be the 2nd year. And Volta Serene is a beautiful place.
Yep.
It's on a cliff. and we have sightseeing. We'll go to the waterfall. We're not doing the Afajato because people don't have the strength to continue the other activities, yes. But we'll go to the monkey sanctuary and do a few other sightseeing.
Okay. All right, so we'll look forward to seeing that, and of course...
And in case somebody wants to participate and is watching, they can call 0244 273368. 0244 273368.
Okay, Amos, Kevin, and I'm sure after the 3 A's, your marriage won't be the same.
We are heading on the 29th and returning on the 2nd of May.
Right, thank you so much for
all the best,
making time
Aisha.
to be on
Thanks
the pulse.
for having me.
Of course, I'll take a break on the pulse. There is more when I return.